Some further things I take from Corey's information and the Urantia book is they both Corey and the Urantia book said the same thing here. They said the universe is one giant school. It's a school. We're out here to learn. And the grand experiment Corey talks about, that makes sense. The Urantia book says that we are a decimal planet, an experiment planet, that there's a very special experiment going on. I think the key to understanding this is that the 22 groups that are performing, that all claim to be, experimenting here, that they are part of the experiment. They are a big part of the experiment. And they made that decision too. And now they're in. And that's okay, because guess what? If even above, there's always a level above that we don't know about. There's always a level above that we don't know about. And at that next level up, that's the level where they look down, they say, oh, that's all part of the experiment. And you don't even know what's happening. And does it affect who you are? I don't know. I mean, does it affect your spirituality? To the effect that your mind and what you believe and think affects your spirituality. Can anybody affect who you are, your soul, or your relationship with God? No way. They cannot. It is impossible, and it will always be true. Always be true. I said cannot. It will always be true that you are in 100% complete control of who you are, of your free will personality gift, and how you use it in your reality. This is a message for the entire universe. Maybe we on Earth have actually a very special place in the omni-universe, grand universe. We have the ability to tell people from other planets things about spirituality that they might not be aware of, such as the soul trap and other things like that. At the end of this, I'm going to tell you who I think Jesus of Nazareth was and why he was important. No, I'm going to do it right now. And this is from the Urantia book, but it makes sense with what Corey's saying, that the creator son of our world and our universe created 7 levels of intelligent being in this universe. Now, whether those are the spheres, the orbs, the blue avians, I don't know how that all connects up yet. Maybe we will, maybe we won't in our lifetimes. I'm not 100% sure. Nobody could be. But I will tell you this, that the creator is required to live a normal and natural life of every one of the 7 created beings in his universe. It's mandated that he will never have full sovereignty of his universe before he lives the normal and natural life of everything he creates. Makes perfect common sense to us, right? So our creator, he lived the first normal natural life of the first order of created being. The second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, he did all that over the hundreds of millions, billions of years. And that just about 2,000 years ago, in order to live the normal and natural life of a human, which we now know from Corey, and we probably already knew before, we're spread out all over the grand universe, right? There are planets of humanoids or humans or whatever you want to call us all over the place. That our creator could have chosen any one of those planets to do the normal and natural life on, right? But just because of his choices and how it worked out, he chose Earth. He chose this planet as the planet where he was going to live this mortal human incarnation. And we just have no idea what that means. You want to know why everybody's clamoring to be around this planet? Do you want to know why how they ended up on this backwater planet, on this faraway galaxy, like this nothing special planet, and all of a sudden it became the focal point of the entire universe? It's because of our creator living a normal and natural human life on this planet. We know things on this planet that we need to share with the rest of the universe for their spiritual progression. And it's not just a spiritual progression. As Corey said, it's very hard to delineate this, but the spiritual progression is part of the overall progression, the non-spiritual side, the material side. We're working together on all of this. So we, as humans on this planet, regardless of our DNA being manipulated or whatever, do you know that your DNA is manipulated? Do you care? Does it change who you are? Absolutely not. It does not. And therefore, we have a message to give to the rest of the universe. We were chosen on this planet to give a special message to the rest of the galaxy, universe, omni-universe, super-universe, anybody that will listen, anybody that we come in contact with. We have the message that you as an individual have a direct relationship with the prime source and center that cannot be interfered with by anybody else. that we need to serve each other, whether you're from Mars or planet whatever. We need to serve each other, act as if we're brothers and sisters, and progress so that we can move on, because there is so much more in store. We haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg of infinity. And sometimes we think we know everything, and that's a huge mistake. So with that in mind, I'm going to run through a few other similarities between the Urantia book and what Corey's been saying. I've said the universe is a school. Corey talks about ancient builders from millions of years ago who left portals and other things on this planet. And the Urantia book talks about architectural designers that came here. Doesn't go into as much detail as Corey did. Both, everybody refers to these people as the guardians, right? These people are so advanced, it's hard to us to even imagine what they were or who they were. But the fact is, they did exist. Oh my gosh, one of the things that was just startling for we Urantia book readers and listening to one of the interviews, I think it was the first one. Oh, sorry about that. And I think it was actually David who said it, was that we're planet 606 on the Stargate. Can you imagine that? Urantia book throws out there that we're planet 606, and most of us Urantia book readers didn't, okay, we're 606, maybe that's where Devil 666 comes from and all that. But to find out from this totally second source that, yeah, we're planet 606, well, man, that's just the kind of little factoid that makes us as humans feel really good. The spiritual stuff, analogies, all that, we take that in, we synthesize it, but a number like 606, wow. That's all I can say about that is wow. Okay, now I'm going to go into a little bit. Corey talks about stuff that's far out, so I'm going to take Corey's stuff that's far out and take it out a little bit further. This is Urantia book, spiritual based, but it's like it says, the stuff that you might consider religion and unimportant or unrelated, sometimes that thinking runs into universal fact, right? The fact of things that have happened. And this is really why what Corey's disclosing touches home and resonates with a lot of us. Corey talks about these experiments on humanity and humanity being out for over 250,000 years. The Urantia book talks about a rebellion against God that began in our universe by a personality named Lucifer. It's called the Lucifer Rebellion. All modern concepts of the devil come from this rebellion. Our concepts of the devil are so base and so simple that they don't begin to touch on the reality of what happened in universal fact, but that Lucifer declared a rebellion against God. Now, we as humans always turn to material conflict, to violence and hurting each other. But just think about it from a common sense standpoint. Spiritual beings like Lucifer and others, they're not physical beings. They can't inflict pain. They can't inflict, well, I don't know about mental pain, I don't know anything about that, but they can't inflict physical injury on a spirit, right? It's just not possible. That Lucifer's rebellion against God was this. He declared there is no God. He declared that there is no God. And that was the rebellion. It is a philosophical war of what we believe. And that started about 250 to 300,000 years ago. That's why it's interesting to hear you say that this experimentation began about that same time.